G'day, I'm Adam David Collings, one of the contributing authors to the Medieval Mars Anthology. This collection of stories, all set in a common world, was the brainchild of author Travis Perry. He created the world and wrote the initial novella. He then invited other authors to contribute their own stories. The result is this collection that blends high fantasy with science fiction. A future terraformed Mars, where civilization crashed back into a medieval era. Christian knights called riders patrol the pilgrim road from Olympus to New San Diego on the Crys Sea. The technological past is known as the Age of Magic, and only a handful of people understand how the remaining ancient devices really work. Lighter gravity and dense air makes flying dragons and bird riders a reality. Alloys of the past make magic swords, and masters of ancient knowledge wield wizard-like power. The stories range in length from short stories to novellas. There were 9 authors involved in the project, including Travis Perry, Kat Hackenbach, Alison Rohan, Jill Domshot, Mark Venturini, Cindy Coep, Kristen Stifel, Donna McFarlane, and of course myself. As an author, it was a whole lot of fun getting to play in a world created by someone else, and knowing that there were others doing the same thing. I was really looking forward to seeing what everybody else came up with. Travis did a great job of the world building for this project. He's a very knowledgeable guy, and he applied a lot of scientific knowledge to the way things work. The giant birds, the genetically engineered dragons, even the weapons from the technological past, which the characters refer to as the Age of Magic, they all have a scientific basis behind them. My story is called Lynessa's Curse. Alistair is a peasant working on the lands of his lord, but when his beloved Lynessa is struck with the dreaded curse, it seems like a death sentence. When Alistair hears the story of a mythical artifact from the ancient time of magic, he embarks on a quest to find it. The first thing that came to mind when I thought about a medieval society living on Mars was the medieval manor, which I learned about back in high school. The lord would live in the manor house, and the nearby village would house the serfs, who are called hands in our world. And they would farm the land. I made my protagonist a serf, living on one of those manors. I'd been wanting to write some kind of quest story, and this seems to be the perfect opportunity. Next, I needed something to serve as the object of Alistair's quest. The setting provided some fascinating possibilities for that. This medieval world is set in our future. These people look back on their technological past as the time of magic. My hero will be looking for a magical relic possessing scientific powers that he wouldn't begin to understand. I raised the stakes and added extra heart to the story by putting the life of Lynessa on the line. Without the magical relic, she would die. This also tied in with the medieval idea of chivalry. The last thing my story needed was a spiritual theme and a character arc. The thing that sticks out to me about the medieval church is that very few people were able to read the Bible. This led to lots of misunderstandings. It seemed believable in a medieval society that the thing threatening Lynessa's life would be viewed as a curse, sent by God as a punishment for some unknown sin. This leaves Alistair disillusioned about God. Why would he put his trust in a God who chose to curse the woman he loves? He'll have to come to an understanding of grace if he's to find the strength he needs to complete his quest. Along the way, he faces an antagonistic force, in the form of a native population who will do anything to protect the magical artifact from treasure hunters like Alistair. At the suggestion of Travis, I made these people descendants of colonists from Indonesia. This allowed me to give them a few words of their own language and some historical weapons that were specific to their tribe. This was a great experience, which I feel privileged to have been a part of. Well, thanks for watching. You can find Medieval Mars, the Anthology, and the standalone version of Lynessa's Curse on Amazon. I hope you enjoy the stories as much as we enjoyed writing them. Catch you next time!